Osama bin Laden, the world's most wanted man. A global manhunt with no end in sight. Has he simply vanished? What if I told you the single most important clue to finding Osama bin Laden wasn't he found in a cave in Afghanistan, or in a terrorist safe house, or even in a top-secret CIA file, but in a mundane, everyday mistake made by a man in a rental car at an airport parking lot? This is the story you haven't heard, not just of the raid, but of the decade-long detective hunt that made it possible, a story of dead ends, false leads, a critical betrayal, and one stubborn question that cost billions of dollars and thousands of lives to answer: how does the world's most wanted man simply disappear? By late 2004, that question was a screaming silence at CIA headquarters. The trail from Tora Bora was ice cold. Bin Laden's new tapes taunted the world, proving he was alive, well, and utterly out of reach. The agency's top Bin Laden unit was stuck. They had fragments, names, phone numbers, interrogations, but no map. Their strategy was simple in theory, near impossible in practice: follow the mail, find the courier. Bin Laden wasn't using email or cell phones, he was living in the dark ages by design. To find him, you had to find the human link, and that's where our story truly begins, not with a spy satellite, but with a falconry excuse. In late 2001, among the handful of survivors captured at Tora Bora was a man named Mohammed al-Qahtani. He claimed he was in Afghanistan for falconry, a strange hobby, but plausible. Until the FBI ran his fingerprints, they discovered that just weeks before 9/11, this falconer was turned away at Orlando Airport. He was carrying cash, a one-way ticket, and acting suspiciously. Agents scrubbed the airport footage and found something chilling: a car rented by Mohammed Atta, the 9/11's ringleader, idling in the pickup lane. Qahtani wasn't a tourist. He was meant to be the 20th hijacker, and his interrogation, along with others like logistician Abu Zubaydah, started to reveal the shadowy architecture of al-Qaeda. They kept hearing a name, an alias: Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti, a man described as a trusted courier, a facilitator. But when they grilled the big fish mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed after his 2003 capture, he dismissed Kuwaiti. He's a nobody, he claimed. Retired. His successor, Abu Faraj al-Libi, said the same thing when caught in 2005. Don't waste your time, think about that. Two of the most senior, hardened terrorists in the world, both separately insisting to their interrogators that this one, mid-level guy is irrelevant. That's not a dead end. That's a signal. It was the first major clue that Kuwaiti wasn't just a courier, he was the courier. The one so important, they were willing to lie to protect him. But a ghost name is useless. They needed his real identity. And for that, the CIA's most controversial interrogation tactics failed to produce a name. The breakthrough came from somewhere else entirely. In 2007, a piece of paper landed on a desk at Langley. It came from a foreign intelligence service. To this day, we don't know which one. On it was a true name: Ibrahim Saeed Ahmed, the man called Kuwaiti. It was a gift, and it changed everything. Yet, knowing his name and finding him were separated by 3 more years of painstaking work. They had to find his digital shadow in a sea of millions. The NSA began monitoring phone numbers linked to him. They listened for months. Most calls were idle chatter. But then, a golden moment: one of Kuwaiti's contacts, calling from the Persian Gulf, asks him, "Where are you living now?" Kuwaiti answers, "I'm back with the people I was with before, back with the people I was with before." What people? His family, or his other family, the one he served? The hunt narrowed to a city in northern Pakistan, Peshawar. In August 2010, a CIA agent on a motorcycle finally did what billions in technology couldn't. He followed a white Suzuki Jimny from a market through winding streets for hours until it turned off the main road, not into a crowded city, but into a quiet suburb called Abbottabad. And here, the investigators faced the compound and their own disbelief. This wasn't a cave. It wasn't a remote mountain fortress. It was a 3-story house behind 18-foot walls, a stone's throw from a major Pakistani military academy. It was hiding in plain sight. The size was all wrong for a single courier's family. It had barbed wire, internal walls, a private balcony hidden from view. And they noticed something bizarre. The residents burned their own trash instead of putting it out for collection. Every instinct told them, he's here, not just Kuwaiti. The target, he's here. The pieces snapped into place: the years of deception, the protected courier, the elaborate security precautions in a peaceful town. This was the end of the trail, but now a terrifying new question emerged. How do you prove it? And more urgently, how do you get to him? What happened next? The president's decision, the SEAL team's daring raid, the 40-minute firefight, and intelligence coup inside those walls is a story for another time. But that story only exists because of this one, the decade-long puzzle. It was solved not by a single heroic moment, but by the agonizing, relentless aggregation of clues, from a missed flight in Orlando, to a lie in an interrogation room, to a careless phone call, to a man on a motorcycle following a white SUV. It's a reminder that in the age of satellites and algorithms, the most critical breakthroughs often still come from human beings, their mistakes, their loyalties, and their stubborn refusal to give up the search, sometimes to find a ghost. You just have to follow the mail. Thanks for watching, and if you found this story fascinating, consider subscribing for more deep dives into the events that shaped our world.